Alright guys, today I'm going to teach you how to drive my 2012 Volkswagen Jetta GLI. It has a standard transmission in it, which means you got to shift yourself. So let's get to it. Alright guys, first step, you're going to want to find a nice empty parking lot, such as I have right here. It's not very good to start practicing in the street because you are going to be getting the hang of it. You need some room to practice in case you stall the car. You don't want to be at an intersection or something like that. One, it's a little embarrassing, and two, it's dangerous if you don't know how to drive your car, so you definitely need a little space to work with. Alright guys, step one, we have to start the car. It's a little bit different than driving with an automatic. First things first, we have to make sure this is in neutral. Make sure it can go back and forth. Second step, we're going to want to step on the clutch. That's the pedal on the farthest left. Push it all the way to the ground. Step three, just turn the key, wait for it to start up. Alright guys, now comes probably the hardest part about driving a manual transmission. It's just the initial startup, getting out of neutral into first and getting going. So first thing you have to do is you have to put the vehicle into gear. To do that, you're going to have to press the clutch all the way in, move this over and put it into first. So clutch is all the way in, it's in first. Then you want to drop the e-brake because you're not going to be going anywhere if that's up. Second, you just give it a little bit of gas and slowly let off the clutch. So it takes a little bit of practice because if you give it too much gas, you're going to squeal your tires, and if you don't give it enough gas, you're going to stall the engine. It's just a perfect balance of letting off the clutch and easing it on the gas. Every car is a little bit different, so it'll take a little bit of getting used to. Just practice makes perfect is basically what it comes down to here, all right? All right, if you guys are having trouble getting the car started initially, something that you might want to practice is looking for the biting point of the clutch. Essentially what the biting point is when the clutch actually starts to engage with the transmission. You can actually feel it. If you push the clutch all the way in and slowly let off, you'll feel when it starts to grab, the pedal will start to shake and you'll slowly start moving forward. Just practice this a couple times. Depress the clutch completely all the way to the floor, slowly let up until you find that biting point. Even if you don't give it gas, if you do it slowly enough, the car will start rolling. It's not very good if you're actually driving it like in the city, but it's good practice. So push the clutch all the way in and let it up till you feel that biting point when the car starts to move forward and you can feel that clutch start to shake a little bit. Alright guys, now the next step after you get going, obviously once you start speeding up, you're actually going to have to change gears, first to second, second to third, so on and so forth. So, like I said, getting started is the hardest part. E-brake down, clutch in, put it into first, ease on the gas, off the clutch, we're rolling. After that, it's really simple. After you get going fast enough, you just push in the clutch, let off the gas, drop into second, off the clutch, onto the gas. Easy as that. Alright guys, now I'm going to teach you how to stop. Sounds kind of silly, but it's a little bit different here. You have to push the clutch all the way in, and then slowly put on your brake. And then when you come to a complete stop, put this into neutral, make sure it can wiggle back and forth. And then, so manual transmissions are a little bit different. Usually, in an automatic, the tires will lock because the transmission is still locked to the engine. The wheels and the engine are still connected, so the tires won't roll. If I let off the brake right now, I'll start rolling backwards because I'm on a slight incline. So what you have to do, you always have to make sure you put the e-brake on when you are standing still. At that point, you can let off the clutch and let off the brake, and you're not going anywhere. 2, 1. Alright guys, so another important technique when you're driving a manual is downshifting. Sometimes you're going to have to drop down into a lower gear. To do that, it's a little bit tricky. You're going to have to get the revs higher because they're always higher in the lower gear. So first thing you're going to have to do, push the clutch all the way in, give it gas, put it in the lower gear, and then let off the clutch and give it more gas. Alright, an example is I'm going from fourth into third. Clutch in, put it in neutral, gas, shift, back on it. Alright guys, if you can't get the hang of it, don't get disgruntled, just take a quick break, help yourself to some B-dubs with some friends. It definitely helps.